Hello, hello! This is Pauline from Pauline Art Stuff, and today I'm gonna film my entire collection, or at least my non-Asian books today. And next video will be all my Asian books. So we are gonna start with everything that is not an Asian coloring book. So that includes my Disney coloring books, my Fabiana Attanasio books, Mythographics, Klara Markova, and Maria Trolle, and some other random artist here and there. So yeah, let's just start straight away because it's going to be a long one. I'm going to do full flip throughs. So for those who are wondering like what they could get, they can see all of it. So the first book that I have is a lovely Disney book. This is a normal coloring book by Hachette Heroes. It's the same publisher as the Color by Numbers, but this is a special edition. It's called A Year of Coloring, Une Anneé de coloriage by Disney. And it has this special like cover with the linen to bind it. And then you have to push it flat, and it's also stitch bound. And then you get these double page spreads for each movie. So as you can see, there are 53 double page spreads for each week of the year. That's why it's called a week of coloring, or a year of coloring. Great start, right? So yeah, let's flip this book. Like as you can see, I pushed this down. So I pushed like the linen thing down so it can lay flat. And then you can just see all these lovely pages. And we start with Bambi. So you can basically find any movie. Brother Bear, Monster Inc., Pinocchio. The paper is pretty good quality. It is smooth, but really like nice and thick. So you can color this with pencils. I already tried some. And I've seen many other people's try as well. And Prismacolor works fine. Polygomos work fine. Holbein work fine. So I think you can go with any pencil you like basically. And it will like it. Because of its texture. But it's a gorgeous book. And as you all know, I love my double pages. So yeah, there's a lot to color here. But of course, I'm not going to do one a week. This is my whip that I'm working on. I did this with Holbein. So I've only done the background and a few characters here on the top. But it's still not done. Because this is not a book that I work in to finish a page. I just work on it whenever I feel like it. Let me put this up to the side so it's easier to flip. And when it's done, I just start another. And if I don't feel like coloring the one page, I might flip to a different one and start a second whip. But that has to be seen, because usually I like to work on one and the same page. Because it takes quite some time. Like that's how thick the paper is, that I don't even know if I have one page or two. So yeah, it's amazing. Look at this. Cinderella. Come on. It's not wanting to flip. Winnie the Pooh. Up. Toy Story. Aristocats. Turn Red, I think. I got that one flagged because that's one of the ones I want to do sooner than later. Brave or Merida. The Little Mermaid, which is one of my favorites. I love it. Wreck-It Ralph. So yeah, you get a lot of mix of new and old ones. This is, yeah, I can't get the name. I know what it is, but it slips my mind. Raya and the Last Dragon. Lilo and Stitch. So yeah, every movie is in here. Moana 2, with her little sister. Ratatouille. Emperor's New Groove. Luca, I think. Yeah, Luca. When there is a fish boy. Aladdin. Rapunzel. Or Tangled, depending on how you call it. And Wish. Star. What is it? Wish? With the star, basically. Yeah, it's Wish. It's one of the newest one. Jungle Book. The Lion King. But I think this is number 2 or number 3. I think number 2. I don't like those. I only like the first one. This is Sutropolis, or Zootopia, depending on how you call it either. Hercules. Pocahontas. I love this one. Yeah, beautiful. Frankenfrei in Dutch, or the Fox and the Hound in English. Yeah, it's a different name in every language, I think. The one with the emotions. Yeah, I'm not really familiar with the newer ones, but I know this one. I just, yeah, slips my mind every time. The Great Mouse Detective. The Rescue Rangers or something like it. Like that's them. Encanto, I think. This is... Yeah, I know this one. Oh, Coco? Coco. I think Coco. Pirate Planet. Treasure Planet. Something like that. Peter Pan. Frozen 2 or 3? No, 2. I think it's 2. I don't know. Finding Dory or Finding Nemo? Either one of those. I don't know. Atlantis. Esmeralda. It's the Hunchback of the Notre Dame. Lady and the Tramp. And Wally. That's the last one, if I'm correct. Yes, see? So it's a new book. It only came out in October of 2025. And it's gorgeous. It's one of my favorites. Alright, so now we're going to get into the Disney Color by Number. And this is the first book, not the first book that I bought, but the second one that I bought. But it will be the first one that I'm going to show you. So if you don't like spoilers for Disney Color by Number, you can skip to this timestamp. I will also make timestamps in the description box. So there are like timestamps for each artist and so on and so forth. So you know where to look if you're looking for specific books. And the ISBN will be on the screen together with the name for each book, in case you were wondering. So if you don't want spoilers, this is your last chance because I'm going to show you spoilers. So yeah, I've already done quite a bit in this book. Let me pull it down a little bit more. It's a pretty tall book. But yeah, I just started in the front. And at some point I started skipping pages because I'm coloring this one with my friend. And she doesn't have every character in this book, in her books. So we only pick the ones that she has. And we're doing like buddies every month together. We do like 3 pages each month. And the other ones that she doesn't have, I do by myself. And my goal is to finish this book in 2026. So yeah, I've done everything with paint pens. Mostly the Touliard paint pens. And later down the line, I also used some Guangna paint pens, but I'm not really a huge fan of them because they've got the brush marker and they dry out really quick and they don't have like a really fine point. Like the point gets like damaged quite easily. But yeah, as you can see, I've already done a whole lot in this book. And then like you get like, I skip some pages, so not everything is done from this point onwards. But yeah, I already did quite a lot, as you can see. It's slowly filling up. And yeah, this is one that I'm gonna do. So those are my swatches. Let me keep flipping. Yeah, like from this point out, it's just like I skip a whole lot. And then I do a few. But I'm filling it up as I go. So whenever I pick my buddies, I try to fill up from the front onwards. But as you can see, like now I've skipped a whole lot. Because we also do bad guys. And yeah, at some point you don't have any more bad guys in the beginning of the book, like this one. Madam, not sure what her name is. It's a woman, normally. Scar. And I know I've got a few more, I think. Was that in a different book? That's in a different book. But basically, I've done everything up till page... Let's see. Up till page... 40... Page 40, and then I'm skipping pieces. So I've skipped some, like this one I haven't done yet, the Lion King I haven't done yet. So I will show you the last bits I haven't shown you yet, because like there's also really cute ones, like that one from Bambi, Lilo and Stitch one, nice Lion King, Maleficent, Peter Pan with Captain Hook, like you see a lovely Cinderella one, cute Jasmine one. Like I still got a lot of good ones to go. As you can see, Shanti from Jungle Book, Beauty and the Beast, Even the really old one from The Sword in the Stone, I think. Yeah, this is an amazing book. But as you can see, this is how much I've done so far. So I've got to do those to finish it. And if I don't get it done this year, I might do it in the early 2027. But that's okay. So yeah, that is the first color by number book. Then the first one that I actually bought was this one. And it's a thick boy. Look at this, a thick boy. You see, this is cardstock, like that is that thick, and also on the back. And it has this glimmer on the side. It's like basically the collector's edition. They've got a few of these out now. They've got one for the princesses. And I know they also have one for the Grand Classique one that I just showed you. But basically, it's like a hardcover, and you get the same pages, but they are like single-sided. You see what I mean? So the back of these are empty. So I did these with alcohol markers. So this is like the first book that I bought in February of 2025. But you can see I did the first few with alcohol markers because that's why I bought the single-sided one. So you still have 100 pages, but they're all single-sided. And then I decided I didn't want to do that anymore because the ink gets sucked up by the paper. So you see it's empty on the back because I switched to paint markers. This was with the Guangna, but I should do another coat on her skin because it's a bit, you can still see like the numbers through it. So yeah, I started on the front and I did a few further back. So I did this one with Ohuhu pencils. Don't recommend Ohuhu pencils in this book. They're the paper is too smooth, so it's like really difficult to get any pigment. This one was also done with pencils, but this time with Faber-Castell Polychromos, and it works a lot better. So pencils are definitely something you could do, but yeah, you really have to think about which pencil you use. I think Prismas will work as well. So I did this one as a way to show how you could do color by number. So this one is alcohol marker. These two are acrylic paint, but this one I think is Touliard and this one is Guangna. And then this is colored pencils. Just to show you like how you would go about it. But like, of course, you could smooth this out and make it a lot prettier, but that's up for you, like you see. And this is the last one that I did. So now I'm going to show you the solutions from beginning till end, because I only did a few in this one. So there we go. Let me put it in frame actually, because I'm a bit out of view. So yeah, let's flip through the solutions. So you see how many lovely ones there are still left. They're gorgeous. I love this book. This is like one of my favorites. But yeah, I'm trying to go in order with this one. So once I've finished my tome 1, I will probably also color more in this one. But this is like a lot easier than the other tomes that I bought. But look how cute. They're amazing. I love them. They're so vibrant, so colorful. And you've got all the princesses, like most of the classics ones. But you see also Tiana, Mulan. Like there, I don't think there's a lot of Moana, but just a few. But I love them. They're so colorful and bright. Adorable. And that is it. So yeah, you have a lot of Moana in the back. You see, 3 in a row. Bit overkill. But yeah, this is how much I've done in this book. So not that many yet. I did like about 13 of them, of the 100. But yeah, you can get this also in a normal format. And then it's double-sided, just like the other tome I just showed you. But this is the collector's edition. So it's single-sided. So if you want a single-sided book, get the collector's editions. Then the next book I've got for you is Princesses Tome 2, which just came out in 2025. And in this one I only done a few pages, so I will show you them. I've done this double page spread, but as you can see, this one is a lot more detailed. And like I'll show you, these colors are all the colors you use on this entire spread. So there's a lot more colors that you need to paint this book than with tome 1 from Princesses. And yeah, so if you don't like that, don't buy the Princesses tome 2, because it's a lot harder and you've got a lot more, I think that's it. I don't think I colored anything else in this, no. Okay, let's go to the back and show you the solutions. There we go. So yeah, I've only done the first page basically, and that's how I'm planning to go through this book. Let me see, am I in frame? Yes, I am. But yeah, you can see that there's also a lot of double pages in this book, like another one and another one. And they're a lot more detailed. You see all these tiny details even in the backgrounds. So yeah, this is definitely a more advanced book. So if you don't like the really detailed ones, this is definitely not for you. But I love both. I like the simple and the more detailed ones. And I love the doubles. Those are my favorites. Like, look at that from Beauty and the Beast. Adorable. Beautiful stuff. Like, and you got the princesses together, which is quite unique for this book. So yeah, it's still all princesses, but you got some princes, of course, with the princess. And I love my princesses. I love them. Like, look at this gorgeous page. I love them. Yeah, these are definitely my favorites in my collection, my princesses books. And after that, I really like tome 13, which I'm going to show you next. And that's everything for this book. So I only done the first page in this one and nothing more. So that is Princesses Tome 2, which is advanced level. The other two I showed you before are easy books, basically. So this one is also advanced, which is Les Grands Classiques Tome 11 by Jeremy Maries, which is like my favorite artist for these color by numbers. And this one I did a few, I think. Yeah, I got some palettes in the front for stuff I would like to do. So I only did this double from the Incredibles. But yeah, this one also, like this one doesn't have too many colors. But there are definitely pages that require a lot of colors too. Just like in the Princesses Tome 2. And I did this one with the tree the tree spirit from Fantasia. But yeah, they're like, you see, this one has a lot more colors than this page, for instance. So you've got a nice mix of like more difficult ones and easier ones in this one. So this is like a good one if you want to explore more difficult pages and doubles. So this one also has a lot of double pages. Like you already see 3 right here. And this one is really intricate. But they're definitely more of a mix of more difficult and easier pages. Like these are a lot easier in the Tinkerbell than these ones, for instance. So you get a nice mixture. So if you want something that is a bit more difficult, you could definitely go for this one. It's also really vibrant. This is actually also one of my favorite books, if not my favorite, because I like the different movies as well. Like that you get some more variety instead of just princesses. Like we all love our Disney movies and we like to color all of them. But I really like the use of color in this one. Like they're really vibrant, most of them. Look at that. Really beautiful. So yeah, Jeremy Maries is definitely my favorite to buy from. Followed by William Ball, I think. That is also one that I really like the style of. And that's it, I think. I'm not really a huge fan of the other ones they've got. So yeah, another 100 pages in this lovely book. This is still, I think, one of the best tomes that is out there. But there's a new one coming from Jeremy Maries in 2026. I think in March. It's tome 13. So now I've got 2 movie specific color by number. And the first one is Le Petite Sirene, or The Little Mermaid, translated. But this one only has 50 pages. And they are single-sided. So like this was the first one. Then came Beauty and the Beast. And then came The Little Mermaid. And I know they're making one from Rapunzel, Tangled. So yeah, this one is set up a little bit differently. Like you get the color scheme on the bottom, but also on the left. So you've got all these spaces to figure out which colors you want to use on this side. And this one is not too bad with the details, but like you got like more complicated ones and more easy ones, but you can't really tell. So I only did 1 page all the way in the back, which is the last one, number 50, which is this one. And the lines are usually not black. They're colored lines, just like in the Princesses Tome 2. So what I did is I looked up which ones are lines and I marked them. But if they were used for something else in the picture, like for instance lips, then I need to pick a color. And otherwise I would just use black instead. So that's how I deal with this book. So let's look at the solutions. There we go. There is no doubles in this one. They're just printed bigger. So these are all single pages. As you can see, it is the first movie first. And then we also get some of the second movie with her daughter, Melody. As you can see over there. So it's split up, as you can see. So the first part is like the first movie and the second part is like the second part. But you can see they're only 50 pages because it's single-sided. So if you like single-sided, this might be something for you. And then I also have the Beauty and the Beast, which is my last Disney color by number. And it's the same concept, so all single-sided pages. And I only did the first page. And I adjusted the colors myself because I did not like the colors that were chosen by the artist. They're pretty weird. So I will show you the solution so you can see what I mean by that. Like the colors are a bit off. Like her hair is like a lime green. And there's a lot of these kind of weird choices in the colors for these artwork. And there's also no black lines on some of them. Like this one doesn't even have black lines. So I don't like that either. So I will add them when I color them myself. You can really see that here, that they don't have lines everywhere. And the colors are pretty funky. Like look at this one with the teacups. It's not up to the movie. Like even her dress, it's supposed to be like this. Why is it like purple on that one? You know what I mean? It's not consistent with the colors. Some are fine and others are completely out of this world. Like, no, thank you. So I was pretty disappointed with this one. And if I would have known, I probably wouldn't have bought it. But it's my favorite movie, so I bought it blind. And now I regret it. But yeah, that was my last Disney color by number. So yeah. So for everyone that's just popped back in, we're now gonna flip through the Mythographic books that I own. I do not own the entire books anymore, because I went through my books and I ripped them out and I only kept the ones I actually want to color. So I threw out like at least 2/4 of each book. I've got 5 books and I put them in this binder with a how do you call that? I don't know. Does it matter? No. Okay, so I placed it in this. I bought this from AliExpress. I will link the video in which I showed you this product in case you also are interested in this same folder. But yeah, I basically kept the front of the book. So we're going to start with Mythographic Labyrinth by Joseph Catimbang. I'm sorry for the glare. And then I'm going to show you which pages I've kept. Let me see if I'm in frame. I am. Okay, I'm going to just flip them like this, but they are going to be glare. So these are the pages that I kept. And I numbered them on the bottom, so I know which pages it were from the original book. So these are the ones that I kept. And I also got some colored ones, as you can see. I did this one with alcohol marker and then some watercolor on top for some shiny effect, like on the gold everywhere and on the fish with some pink. I really like it. And it is not flipping today. So yeah, this is the next one that I did, which is a color along on my YouTube channel under the Mythographic playlist. And I did this only with alcohol markers. And I will have a color along in February because I promised you that for ages. And this was like 5 months ago. So I've decided it will be next on the list. So I will make a color along for Mythographic next month in February. So this was a buddy with my friend, and I did it all with my Polychromos pencils. But yeah, I do like these Mythographic pages, but I don't really gravitate towards them. That's what I found out after coloring now for like a little bit over 8 months, 9 months. I don't know exactly. I think I started in coloring books about February of last year. So almost a month, I guess. So yeah, now we're going to the next book, which is Aviary, also by Joseph Catimbang. So again, I only kept the ones I want to color. There's a lot of birds in this book by Joseph. So these are the ones that keep my interest, that I kept, like one with a lovely bee. This one I did for the Color the Fairy Tales hashtag in 2025. And the theme was the Little Mermaid. And the tag was a boat and sea creatures. So I did turtles and I assume this is a boat. This is all Polychromos pencils as well. So yeah, this is how I keep my pages. And now it's like also double-sided because I've got the 2 in each folder. And I also keep my colored one. So this is an alcohol marker one, which was a buddy with the art of Momo and my friend Fungus Love Color on Instagram. So I kept these. Yeah, I love these pages. I love the cute animals from Joseph Catimbang. And that's the last one, I think, from this book. So now we're gonna go to the next book, which is Voyage, also by Joseph Catimbang. So I kept this lovely lion. So yeah, this is a lot of pages. I've seen Lauren color this one, I think. Or was it Kate? Not sure. There was somebody who was working on this for like ages and finally finished it. And this was like the first body that I ever did, which was in April of last year, with Color and Create with Jana and Jana Banana. My very first color, or body color. And I used mainly Ohuhu alcohol markers and a little bit of colored pencils on the wings and the dress and on the purple in the background, because I didn't like the purple from the Ohuhu pastel set. So I changed it to pencils afterwards, because I first was gonna only use alcohol markers. So yeah, this one is the one I did for Space Timber last year. And it was a buddy with Color and Create with Jana. And I really like how her face came out. I was really surprised with myself even that I was able to do that. Because it was the first time that I did a face with alcohol markers like that, like a realistic face. I've done like cutesy anime kind of faces, but never like a realistic one with alcohol markers. But that was my first one. But I did portraits a lot in the past, but never with alcohol markers, only with colored pencils and normal pencils like black and white. So the next book that I have is Magical Earth, also by Joseph Catimbang. Yeah, I like Joseph Catimbang's books. But as you can see, these are not all the pages in the books, because I only kept the ones that I want to color. This is actually my favorite page in that book, with the little cute tiger. But yeah, I love the cutesy stuff and the animals. So for this book, I kept quite a bit. And then I've got one colored over here to the right, which is also only alcohol markers. And then for the magic, I used a paint pen. And I saw it as if the violin is making like music that is like opening up the flowers as if it's magic. So that was the idea behind it. And I wanted it really dark. And it was scary to do, but I love the result. So yeah, my mythographic color along will also be with alcohol markers, because people have asked for more of those. So yeah, that will happen in February. This was actually the one I did with my Polychromos pencils, which is the first video of mine. And it's a bad video. It is a color along, but only for the foreground. So the background was all done. So you don't see that one, but you can see everything else. But yeah, I did not put like the color names on the screen, none of that, because I didn't edit it. And now I do actually edit my color alongs. And then we have one more book, which is Joseph Catimbang's Wild Summer. So let's flip through these ones. And again, a tiger page. I love his tigers. Love it. Absolutely love it. This is actually my favorite book of his, The Wild Summer, because there's so many cute ones with animals. And I love it. I love the variation. Like another bee page for February. How was it? February or something like that. I don't know. Jess said something so that she can color bees in February for herself for her birthday. This was also a buddy with the art of Momo and my friend. I did this also with alcohol markers and nothing else. Yeah, I really like to get like other color schemes in my mythographics. I really try to challenge myself by doing that, because I always use the same colors if it's up to me. I really like my pinks and turquoises, and in this way, by using a color palette, I sometimes do something else. So that is something I like to do in my mythographics. So yeah, I got still a lot of pages to color in this folder. And then these are those. This one is actually colored by my sister, which I show quite often on the channel because we color quite a bit together as buddies. But she wanted to try mythographic, but she decided it's not for her. But she did color one in my books. So I was like, yeah, go ahead, because I did not like the page. So I said, you can color it. And that's it. So then I've got a few more. So this is what it looks like when you get it. And you can like put them in there from this side. So yeah, that's it for my Mythographics. And then you can just close it with the elastic like this. Really handy to keep, like even if you only want to keep the ones you colored or your whips or whatever, it's handy, really handy to have. So that is everything for my Mythographics. So now we're going to switch to some random artists that I've got only 1 or 2 books from, or like a few. And the first one I've got for you is Christl Vogls, Ausmalreise der verwunschene wald, which is German for Coloring Journey, the Enchanted Forest, by the publisher Top in Germany. So this is a German artist, and it is a lovely small book, but it has loads of pages. So it has 87 pages, and I know there's several of this kind, but I only have this one. So it's double-sided, and it always starts with this cute intro of how to color. And it's all in German, as you can see. And it's stitch bound, which is pretty good. The paper is not the worst. It can take watercolor quite okay. So yeah, here it starts, and it's basically really intricate. And it always has like a smaller print on the left with some text, with a bigger print on the right. But I have not colored a whole lot in this book yet. I only did a few further in the back. But yeah, it's really cute. And this one is the autumn book, if I'm correct, because she's got one for each season. And this one is mainly focused on autumn themed things with mushrooms and that kind of things. So yeah, that's why there's a lot of mushroom people. And yeah, there's also a lot of animals, but it really has a distinct theme. And you will see that once you also like see her other books. She's got one with winter, which has its own style, and she's got one with mermaids, which is the summer book, and she's got one with like more flower fairy kind of drawings, which is the spring book. And then she also has one for the fairy tales, but I don't have any of those. And she also has a compilation book, which is like a lot bigger than this one, more like Kanoko Agusa, like the big square one. And that one contains like 18 pages, full spreads, out of each of these books. So like a few out of this one, a few out of the spring one. So you get like a compilation of all the 4 seasons. So if you prefer bigger books and you like a compilation of these and not 4 different ones, then that might be for you. It's called Christl Vogls Doorjaar or something like that, like through the year, basically. And it's a big one. And you can find it on Amazon. I'm still thinking about that one. But I decided against it because I tried ordering the big one and it came damaged twice in a row. And then I was like, yeah, forget it. I'm sending it back. It's not meant to be. So now I'm just spending time in this one instead. And maybe once I finish this one, I might even want the big one anyway, or one of the other smaller ones. So yeah, this is one that I actually did. These 2 are both color alongs on my channel, so you can find them under the Christl Vogl playlist. And I did 2 more, which are these 2, which are not color alongs. These one I did on my own, but you can see I used the exact same color scheme. But I'm not planning on using the same one throughout the whole book. I also want to use some other color palettes. But yeah, I basically do use color palettes for this book because it's pretty intricate and there's a lot going on. So having a limited color palette can actually help you out. And you could always add a few colors in case you are missing something. But yeah, it's a lovely book with these lovely little mushroom people. This was my favorite one from all of them. So that's why I only bought this one, to see if I like coloring in them. And I actually do like coloring in them, but I got so many artists now in my collection that I rather pick something else. So yeah, these are the colors that I use for my Polychromos pencils. And this is what I marked down, what I like and don't like in each book. So this was for the separate books. But yeah, just so I knew what I liked and what I didn't like. So that is everything I got from Christl Vogls. Only one book. Then the next artist that I have is Randal Spangler. And he is an artist that I found out about through cross stitch and later down the line through diamond painting and then coloring books. So this was the first coloring book that I actually have bought ever, which was in 2023. But I barely colored anything back then. And I mainly colored with alcohol markers. But this is number 1 from his coloring books. And his books usually have about 40 pages plus this intro page. So I make my overview always in the left. And you can see 41. But officially they're 40. But I colored this as number 1. So yeah, you can see I started it on the 19th of January in 2023. And I did this all with alcohol markers. So the first few pages of this book are not dated, so I've got no idea when exactly I did them, but it probably was 2023. But I did really simple coloring, as you can see. This was just to have something to do, because my hands were really not as great. And as you can see, there's even pages that I didn't color everything, because I just wanted to color them and the cookies. And then I had my fun and I moved on. And that's totally okay. So I'm not going back. That's just like a memory from the past. It's done. I've got my fun out of it and it's done. So yeah, I did all of these in 2023 and 2024. Just simple coloring with alcohol markers. Nothing else. No pencils, nothing. Just alcohol markers. Because at the time I was not able to use my pencils. And I think this is the last one. Yes, this is from this year or last year. 2025, and it's damaged. Great start. But yeah, I started coloring in this one again in July of 2025, and I used my Ohu pencils and Polychromos pencils for these. So yeah, from now on probably most of them are pencils. This one is alcohol marker, but I don't like the result. And then I started copying his work. These artwork all have names, and usually they're on the opposite side. So this one is called Bedtime Stories. Like it's printed in gray. Oh my goodness, that's my wheelchair. I'm sorry, that was my elbow. So as you see, that's the name of this artwork. So I try to replicate his original colors, and I like it a lot better. So this is a sneak peek that I did this month. I did both of these. And that's my splatter page, in case I mess it up. And from here on out, I didn't color anything else. So these are just empty pages that I still have to color. Yeah, I already colored quite a bit. I'm over halfway of the book now. And this is one of my project books of this year. So I'm trying to color at least 1 page each month. And if I do more, I'm really happy. But if I don't, that's also okay. So if like a page is like this and then you got the zoomed in version of the same page, I try to color both at the same time. Like I did this month. That's why I did 2 this month. And if it's only a single one, I will only do that 1 page. But yeah, you can see that some of them have like a zoomed in version from the same artwork. But you still get quite a lot of pages to color. They're really cute. This is actually my favorite artist, in case you didn't know. That's why I bought his coloring book, because I was like, I'm just in love with these little draglings. They're cute. And that's it. And that was my testing with my alcohol markers. So yeah, that is the first book by Randal Spangler. And you can find this on Amazon. And then he also has a second coloring book, which is also printed by Amazon, which is simply called number 2. So it's the same name, the Draglings coloring book. Again, 40 pages. Again, Amazon printed. So again, I made my overview, and again, I counted this page as well. So then you have 41 pages to color. In this one, I only colored 2 pages. And one of them I colored in 2024 and the other one in 2025. But I prefer this book a lot more, because in the previous one, you had a lot of gray fading printing stuff. And this one is much more clear. It has like white in the background. So it's much more clean, as I would like to call it. So I prefer this book for that reason. So this is a lot better quality than the first one. So if you want to try it out, I would go for number 2 for that reason. Because it's much clearer. The pages are much more cleaned up, which is nice. if you want to color, because if you have those gray undertone, it sometimes becomes really ugly. And this one does not have that. As you can see, this one is nice and smooth and clear and nicely cleaned up. So yeah, if you want to try it out, take number 2. And I know he's working on number 3 at the moment, but I've got no idea when he's coming out with number 3. And I'm also not sure if I will buy that one, because I don't like Amazon paper. Even though he's my favorite artist, I still am reluctant to buy it again. This is actually a piece of an original artwork that he made in commission for me. So this is one part of it, and this is another. And then there's one more with an elephant, which is this one. And it was made for me and my sisters. So because I'm a triplet, so I wanted an art piece with 3 dragons in the same piece. And he made that for me. I commissioned him to do that last year, or even the year before. I've got no idea. It was not that long ago. So yeah, that is actually on my wall, straight in front of me, in my little hobby corner, or I should say hobby room, because it's my living room. And I'm in the middle of my living room coloring on my desk. So yeah, he's hanging in the middle of my house, basically. And I also have loads of diamond paintings from this artist, because I just love these cute dragons. And this is the one I did this year with colored pencils. And I mainly love to use my Ohuhu pencils these days, because they work a lot better on Amazon paper than my Polychromos, I found out. They both work, but they have a different result. The Ohuhu are way more easy to put on this paper. So yeah, as you can see, they're really cute dragons. And you get some for Christmas and for Halloween even, so there's something for everybody. The Olympic dreams. It just makes me smile, these cute little dragons. And that is it. Yeah, that's exactly what I always say. Hope you had a great time coloring. And of course we have. So yeah, that is number 2. So there is a number 3 upcoming, but we have no idea when it is gonna be. Hopefully this year, but who knows. So that is everything that I have for Randal Spangler. And then the next artist that I have one book of is R.J. Hampson. And I only got his frogtail because of Amazon paper, not because I don't like his illustrations. I actually love Mr. Fogarty so much. He's my favorite of his characters. And again, I made my overview in the beginning. So this is like the first part. And the second part is the illustrations with the difference. But I'm only planning on coloring the first part and call it done. And I am not a fan of this paper. This was with water-based markers. And I don't like how it worked on this Amazon paper. And as you can see, it also bleeds through quite a lot. Those were the Ohuhu water-based markers. And I don't like them. So that is why I've got no more of these books. And that's why I'm just trying to finish this one first before I even look at a second one. If I even want a second one, because I don't know right now. I tried to do watercolor on this one. And then my paper was all buckled up and it became one big giant mess. It was literally like going like this. And I saved it with my alcohol markers. So it doesn't look bad right now, but it was a mess when I was doing it. So yeah, that is like the only... No, I think I've got one more that I colored. But I'm planning to color in this one more, hopefully. But yeah, I bumped it off my project book list because I had too many project books. So now I only have 2 left. And this is no longer one of them. But I will still color in this one a few times this year. Like 3 times probably. 4 times. No, 3 times. So yeah, I mainly use my alcohol markers now. Because that is like way easier than colored pencils. And I might go back to doing alcohol marker base and then pencils on top. But I haven't decided yet. So far I'm enjoying myself with my alcohol markers in this one. And that takes it quite well. So yeah, just stay away from watercolor for this one. And I've also seen somebody get these books from Amazon Japan. And the books or the paper in those books from Amazon Japan seem to be a lot better than what we get over here. So I somebody show a page from like the hardback cover version of these and one from Amazon Japan. And the hardcover one is barely any thicker than this one. This is actually the second set of pages with differences. So there's like usually some black backgrounds. But yeah, basically the Amazon Japan paper didn't buckle at all with watercolor, while the hardback definitely did. It was like night and day difference. So if you want better paper for R.J. Hampson's book, I would suggest buying the paperback from Amazon Japan, because that paper is a lot better than what we get over here. So yeah, I know every country has its own paper basically, but Amazon Japan seems to be a lot better than the one in Europe and the one in the US. So yeah, just for the people that were wondering, go for it. Go for Amazon Japan paper. Because if I finish this book eventually, and I still want a new one from Mr. Fogarty, then I am definitely going to look into Amazon Japan. But that is a big if, because once I finish this book and I am like, no, I can live without, then I won't buy a new one. But now that I know that there's actually a better option out there, I might reconsider it, especially with the news from R.J. Hampson that there will be a new Mr. Fogarty book upcoming in 2026. So yeah, he's going on another adventure. That's what he said. And that's all we know so far. So I keep my eyes open. And if I like that one, that might be going on my future wish list. Like till after I finish this, because I don't want to have more than one book from RJ, because he's not one of those artists that I gravitate to a whole lot. So I don't want to be overwhelmed with like 4 or 5 books, if you know what I mean. Because he has a lot of books, people. Look at that. He has so many, and even more now. He already, like, I think he publishes like at least 2 books every year. But yeah, that is everything from R.J. Hampson. Then the next book that I have for you is actually only one again, which is from Jill Barklem, and it's from the Brambly hedge, called Nature Coloring Book. It's a English company, I think, that publishes this. Again, my overview. There are 47 pages in this one, and the paper is weird. Like, it feels really smooth and slick, and it doesn't take my pencils really nicely, but my polygomos didn't work really well, but my Holbein are working much better. So if you color in this book with pencils, I would recommend wax-based pencils and no watercolor. I've seen Lucy Ed's Color do water-based pencils, like watercolor pencils on this book, and use like the tiniest amount of water to solve it, and that worked. But plain watercolor, no, it does not. And you have to be really careful, because even if you use even the tiniest bit of water too much, basically, it will speckle through to the back. And you get this really ugly texture on the back of your page. So I would stay away from water mediums, even water-based pencils. But that is up to you. I would stick with colored pencils for this one. But it's so adorable. I love these pages. But because of the paper, I stay away from it, which is a shame, because look how adorable they are. So yeah, this is the only one that I've got. Like this one I did with like watercolor, but I used like a really tiny brush, and I barely any water. But like here on the boat and on the bucket, it came through on the back. So you get this speckling texture over here. And that was like with the tiniest amount of water. Let alone if you want to do like a massive background, it will go straight through and you will get all these spots. Even on the front you can see it. So yeah, be warned. Be warned about this book. It doesn't like watercolor, so stay away from it. Go for colored pencils if you want it. But yeah, I still love this book, but I've got a hard time getting into it because of that reason. Because I've got this iffy feeling because of what it did to me. I think it just needs a little bit more love. But yeah, basically this book contains originals from these 4 stories. And the other book, which is the festive one, contains pictures from the other 4 books that exist. And that's everything that's out there. So I don't know if there will be a new one even. Okay, the next artist that I've got for you is Morgan O'Brien with Matchstick Mouse. And I only have 2 books from him. And they're both this square format. And they contain a lot less pictures than the normal books from Amazon. And that is because this is like, let me show you the back. This is like a companion book for the picture book. So this, with the orange cover, is the picture book, as in a children book with colored pictures in it. And then this one with this background is the coloring book that matches it. So you basically get all the pictures from the picture book in this one as coloring pages, and there are only 16 of them, but it goes through the story. So for this one, it's a pumpkin party. So you get the story on the left, and as you can see, the paper is also not white. It's like this grayish, brownish tone. And the paper is also different than normal Amazon paper. So it's a little bit better than Amazon paper, but not by much. But yeah, I like this because you can't see through to the back of the page and you don't see the next one through it. So that's why I prefer this. And as you can see, I color this with my Polychromos pencils. And I also make color along. So this one is a color along on my channel. In case you are wondering, it's under the Matchstick Mouse playlist. And yeah, I love these little mousies. This one is not a color along. This was the one that I did on my own. But it is adorable. But yeah, you only get a few pages in this one. Not as many as in the normal books. But yeah, they're really cute. I like it. The concept with the story on the left and the picture on the right. And this is also a color along on my channel, which I did at the end of October for Halloween. And I tried to recreate the color scheme from Morgan O'Brien, again with Polychromos pencils. So you can find that as well in the Matchstick playlist. And that is everything in this lovely book. So yeah, you can see it's not a big book, but it's really cute. And since I don't like my Amazon paper, I bought these. So there's one more square book from him, which is Merry Little Christmas, which is currently available as a download on his Ko-Fi shop for free. It's not the winter one, it's Merry Little Christmas. So you have to scroll down a little bit to find it, but it's still free on his webpage or his Ko-Fi store. I'm sorry. And it is the same concept, only this time with Christmas as the theme of the book. And again, it has 6 or 15 pages in this case. So I only did one page in this book, which is a color along on my channel. And it is adorable. I love it. But yeah, it's definitely Christmas themed. He has like his Santa hat on in every picture. So she's like wrapping her presents, making stuff to eat, cookies in this case. Yeah, she's a busy mouse. All the presents. This is the one that I did as a color along in December for Tiny Little Christmas 2025. And I will do that again this year, 2026, in December. I will again do a Tiny Little Christmas event. But yeah, I love Matchstick Mouse. But once I finish both of these books, then I will look into getting maybe one from Amazon Japan also for this. Because if the paper is so much better over there, I might want to get another one of these cute little mousies. But so far, I'm just planning on filling these up. And once I'm through them, then I will look into it, if I still want it. And we're going to continue with Fabiana Attanasio. And we're going to start with this lovely book, Alice in Wonderland. So these are her fairy storybooks that she did back in the day, 2016, 2015, around that time. And I got 3 of these. And the first one is Alice in Wonderland. But as you can see, I also written down Coloring Heaven Fairy Stories. Because there's also a magazine from her with a compilation of multiple stories. Which are probably somewhere in between these pages. Yeah, I put them in between my books. So we will see them once we are flipping. So I did this one for the November Med Tea Party last year. And I did one more page in this book, but that is it. But there's a lot of double page spreads in this book and I love them. I really am a huge fan of them. And I didn't even know they existed until recently. And then I found out that this one was actually for sale on Amazon. And I got 2 more books as a gift from somebody who I don't know who that is. So this is like the key page, which I don't like. And I placed my Coloring Heaven pages here that I would like to stick in later. So that's why all these markers are in my book. So I know where I've got the ones that I want to replace. So we're just gonna flip and see all of them while we flip the books. Because I placed them on top of pages that I do not like. So most of them are just the way they are. So this is one that I colored with my Polychromos pencils. And I really like how it came out. I like it nice and vibrant. But I also like to embrace the pencil texture in this book. That's what I like to do in most of my coloring. So yeah, that is how I like to color in these. Like, this is my favorite page of the entire book. She is so cute and adorable. This is what sells me to these books. Not the patterns, just the cute little faces. So this is another one that I do not like. And I will cover with Beauty and the Beast pages, which are these two from the Coloring Heaven. So I will place them again back in the book, if I can. This is a bit tricky, but yeah, let's keep going. So that is another one that I'm going to replace. This one I'm going to keep because I actually like the mushroom page. And then I've got another Coloring Heaven page here on the right because there's a little bird there, which I do not like. And I'm going to replace it with the Beast from Coloring Heaven. So yeah, that is how I went through my books to see which ones I didn't like and then spreaded the love with them. So these two I do not like. So I have my Beauty and the Beast pages again. And I will cover them up with these two, which I like a lot better. So these are all from the Coloring Heaven one. So I will put them in here. Once they are colored, I will stick them in over top of the pages that are already existing. And I don't mind doing that, but I do want to color more in these books because I really like them. Like, this is also a beautiful spread. But yeah, every year with November, we get the Met Tea Party. Oh, there's even 2 pages. So these are 2 Cinderella pages that I'm going to stick in place of this Met Heather page, which I do not like at all. So I will replace them with my Cinderella pages from the Coloring Heaven. I know that Coloring Heaven edition is still available on their website of the publisher of the Coloring Heaven. So you can still get like a copy of it if you want it. That's how I gotten it as well. And they're not too expensive. I think I paid like 14 euros or something for the magazine, which is not bad at all for a coloring book. And of course we've got the hedgehog page, which I do not like, which you already know. I told you about that last time. So yeah, I don't like this page either, as you can see. And I will replace them with 2 Cinderella pages, which are these two. One with the fairy godmother and one with her stepmother. So those are gonna be here for the next time. And then we get another double page where she's again lost and stuck. And again, 1 page of Cinderella for this lobster because I don't like the lobster. So he's gonna be covered. I do like this Alice page. It's adorable. And then I did decide to keep these pages where they're in the court because I don't mind this page that much. And I'm gonna keep these. And I'm also gonna keep those two because at first I had this one covered, but I like other ones less than these. So yeah, I decided to cover up this one instead with 2 Cinderella pages again. Lovely pages again. Yeah, I really like them. And then we got a few more. And then we're through this Alice book. Like, look at that. She's waking up. And that is it for Alice in Wonderland. So yeah, that's a whole lot of pages with a whole lot of plugins, as you can see. That's why all these markers are there at the top of the book. So I got 2 more books from Fabiana. And the first one is actually Peter Pan. And as you can see, I only got 3 markers, of which I'm going to cover some pages for. This book was a gift from somebody. I have no clue who from, but thank you so much. I had 2 books from this same person, and this was one of them. As you can see, I have not colored in it yet, but I hopefully will soon. So let's flip through this one. And since this one was part of the Coloring Heaven, there won't be any Peter Pan pages that I kept, because now I've got all of them because I got the book. So yeah, that also saves me doing more pages out of the magazine. But you also get a lot of these patterns, which I'm not a huge fan of. I prefer pages like these and like this. This is what I like about it, the cuteness, not the patterns. But yeah, there are quite a few pages in this book that I actually really like these two. Really love both of them, especially Tinkerbell. I love how she drew her, basically. These ones I like as well, even though they're more like sketchy. Captain Hook, which I do not like, but I'm still gonna color him. Because what is Peter Pan without Captain Hook? But yeah, I really have to think about which pages do I not want to color, like not at all. And pick it, because there are only so many pages that I've got to cover something up. So I really picked my least favorite out of all three of the books. So some of them didn't make the cut, and therefore I will color them at some point. But I really like this Tinkerbell page. Really cute. More Captain Hook. The tree that I don't know what to do with. I will figure it out once I get there. For now I can just look at them and decide what to do with them later. But yeah, I really like these books. They're really old, so they're not readily available. So you really have to hunt for them either on Amazon or Vinted or other secondhand places. I was really lucky that these apparently became available in Spanish on Amazon and somebody gifted me them. Like, this is the one that I do not like. So I took 2 Hansel and Gretel pages, these two from the Coloring Heaven, and they're gonna be stuck into here. So that is the first one that I will replace. And I flipped one too many. So there is the crocodile, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I think I will live. But this one I like even less, and I removed my marker again. Let me just take them out. So I got 2 Hansel and Gretel pages that are going over here to cover them up, because I don't like this page at all, even less than the one with the crocodile, so therefore it's going to be covered. And then we got this gorgeous Tinkerbell page, and again a page that I do not like, which is again Hansel and Gretel, as you can see. And again I pulled out my marker. I should redo them once I'm done flipping. And then we get these 2 adorable pages at the end. I really like this one, but also this one. They're gorgeous. She saved the best for last, basically. And look at that. Cute. So that is everything I have for Peter Pan. Let me put that in the front so I know I have something to do. And then I got one more for Fabiana, which is Snow White. Again, a Spanish edition that I got gifted from a mysterious someone. So yeah, let's flip through this one. So in this one I did 1 double page spread in December of last year, because I got it just after Christmas, this gift, and I love them. I'm in love with these books. I'm so happy to have 3 of them now, and some pictures of the other ones through the magazine, and I'm really happy with my collection right now. Like, I love Beauty and the Beast, but that's like probably one of the hardest to get, in Cinderella. But yeah, I can't justify spending like tons of money on one book. Then I rather get something that is available, if you know what I mean. So this is the one that I did. I used my Holbein and an alcohol blender, a colorless blender basically, to smooth it out, because I was a bit rough, because I had to color this with my left hand because my right hand was injured at the time. But I'm doing much better now. So yeah, that was this one. I really like the result. That's the only one I did so far in this book. I really like them. I really like how many double page spreads there are in these books. They are my favorite. They are my most favorite ones to do. Look at that one, so cute. A bird page. Yeah, they are so new that they don't flip really nicely just yet. But basically this is like the mirror page, and I replaced it with Pinocchio out of the Coloring Heaven. So yeah, this is the one that I will replace for a different one, because I don't like it. And then we get the Hunter. Like, look at that, with a beautiful dress. You can color that really nicely. And then I didn't like the crow, and I will replace it with a Pinocchio page. So yeah, you get a few of each story in the magazine, which is really nice, because then you at least have something instead of nothing at all. And some of them I don't like the whole book from, so I'm not like unhappy to have only a few. But Snow White I really liked, and I really liked Alice in Wonderland. I liked the Cinderella, and I liked the Beauty and the Beast. And all the other ones were not my favorite. Like Jungle Book maybe, but that is also one of those impossible ones. But yeah, I'm so happy that I've got 3 of them right now. So I count my blessings with these 3. Like, look at this. This is amazing. I love this page. Adorable. And again, a page that I don't like with a deer. So it's going to be replaced by this lovely blue fairy from Pinocchio. And then she all of a sudden has black hair. I don't get it. I still don't get it why they did that. Like in the whole book she doesn't. And then one page she has black hair. Doesn't make any sense. Sometimes I don't know what publishers think when they make such books. Again, the same page as in the front of the book. I love this one as well. Like so nice and close up. Then the sad little gnomes. Coffin. Yeah, it's a lovely book. Look at that. So many beautiful flowers. I love this page. No buts or ifs about it. I was wanting to do this for Valentine's Day, but I'm not sure if I can get around to it. We will see. If I've got time, I might start it. And then the happy ending. And then we get like this massive page with like wedding stuff. And I replaced it with my Pinocchio page. Out of the Coloring Heaven. And that is it, I think. Oh no, one more. I forgot the best one yet. And that is everything for the Snow White book from Fabiana Attanasio. So yeah, I got 3 of these lovely books. And that's everything I own from her, because I'm not a fan of her mythographic books. They're a bit too adult for me, basically. I like the more cutesy, childish stuff. So that is everything from Fabiana. So now we're going to switch to a different artist, which is Klara Markova. And I have 5 of her books. And they're this lovely hardback books that you can get. They're really expensive. And I got 5 of them. And there are 2 earlier versions before this one. So this was book number 3. But I don't own number 1 and 2. Even though number 2 has been reprinted, I believe. Tenderful Enchantments, I believe that it's called. But yeah, I didn't like it enough to buy it. So this is the first book that I have from her, which is Fairy Miracles by Klara Markova. And they're gorgeous books, basically. So let's have a look at them. They have a lot of pages, 110 to be exact for this one. So most of them have like over 100 pages. There's maybe one that doesn't. But you get these cute animals and girls, I mean. And as you can see, like the left page is usually a filler page, which repeats itself in the chapter that we're in. So the right ones are actually the coloring pages. So I've seen a lot of people only color the right one and not the left, but I like to color everything. So I do both of them at the same time when I color. But yeah, I like her critters. I love her critters, like the little bugs. Not so much a fan of her humans, but that is okay. We can't love everything. So this means that we get a double spread on the next one. And they are really busy, as you can see. But yeah, this book has pretty good paper. It does wonderfully with watercolor. And also with any type of pencil. Like every pencil that I threw at it, it worked. So this was with the Ohuhu pencils. And some paint pen for like some gold effects on like the wings, on the flowers, on the bee. Like just some magic everywhere, basically. And I love it. She even has freckles with gold paint. Yeah, I love it. So this is one with pencils. I haven't colored that much yet in this book, I think. I think I only did like 1 or 2 in each book of hers. Because I was going through my collection, basically. Trying to color in all of them. So once a book was colored, they were stuck in the cupboard for like a long, long time. And now that I've colored all of them at least once, or at least almost all of them. Because I bought a few new ones in December, beginning of January. So now not everything is colored anymore, but I was through all of them and now not anymore. But I will try to now color in all of it, like every month, so many books, so that they get love. So this one I did with colored pencils as well for Color the Fairy Tales in September. And the prompt was a hare or a rabbit. Well, you can see the rabbit. I think this is adorable. I really like how it turned out, but I did cover some lines above his eyes and above his nose because I thought it was creepy. And now it's really cute and fluffy. So yeah, when I think something is creepy in her books, I just cover it up and change it. It's my book, so I can do whatever I feel like. But yeah, oh, again, a double. Let's see what the double is. Oh yeah, it's like a toy shop for little dolls. That's cute. Look at that squirrel. Oh, so cute. I like it. Yeah, I love her books. She's definitely become one of my favorites from the non-Asian books, basically. Randal Spangler will always be my favorite. Like, I love his dragons. But Klara is definitely also one of my favorites. That's why I got 5 books of her. Because if I didn't, then I would only have 1, probably. So, yeah. If I love something, I just want to have everything I like. And if I don't, I'm happy with just 1 book. And that's how I build up my collection as well. Apparently I started these bugs, but never finished it. You see, only the ladybugs. I started on them, no idea why. I was probably planning on doing a double, that is what it means. But I never ended up doing it, I guess. Because why else would I start coloring and not even doing anything else? Yeah. Like it. Chocolate. Hot chocolate. Yes, please. I love hot chocolate. And then in the back, you always have a lot of Christmas pages, which I love. This is a buddy that I'm going to do for January with Color and Create with Jana. We're going to get another double. Ooh la la, that is nice. I like this one. This is one of the best doubles that I've seen so far. I really like this one as well with his supplies. You could make like color swatches on that one if you want to test something out. And then these ones, you can like cut them out and glue them in. Like this is the instruction of where to glue them. So this is like like the mini illustration of the page they belong to. So you have to really search for them if you want to use them like that. But I will not. I don't want to cut in my books. They're too precious for that. So that is the first one by Klara Markova. As you can see, I covered them with plastic. It's just like the stuff you get on a roll. And I just stuck it down with like tape and such. I did that for almost all of my hardback books to cover them up because they got so many pages. It will take me years to fill up and I don't want them to be damaged. So yeah, this is the second one that I have, which is Little Secrets from My Fairy House by Klara Markova. Let's have a look at this one. So again, 110 pages. And it's basically the same thing, but now just different pictures. So let's have a look. I definitely have a preference for certain pages. Like I really like her mermaid pages. She always has at least like 5 or 6 of them. Like this is what I find scary. So I will definitely change that up. Like we don't want a vampire bunny. No, thank you. But yeah, that kind of thing I can change up easily. I don't have to be annoyed by it when I look through it. I completely understand why people don't like her style. Because it's really explicit, you know. You either like it or you don't. Which is totally fair. But I'm just a huge fan of her bugs. Oh, this is cute. Love it. Yeah, I love her little bugs. Like those little tiny bugs. That's what makes me fall in love with this. Not her girls, just all the bugs. Yeah, so cute. I actually do like this one, even though I thought at first I didn't. Like this is what I mean, the mermaid pages. These are my favorites in her book. I wish she would do one book full of mermaids. I would buy it instantly. Without any regrets. Look at that, how cute they are. Like all these underwater sea creatures. Like, oh, that is just brilliant, people. I love these. They are my favorites in the book. And then like that was it again. Oh, I'm always so unhappy when I'm like through them again. I like the other pages too, but my favorites are the mermaids. So yeah, and there are like 5 or 6 in each of the books, which is nice. So at least I get a few years in each book to do mermaids. Lovely. They're making, like going into a bath. These are our dragons. They come up in other books as well. I've seen somebody do this one. I think it was Chris Jang. I think, not sure. This is a color along on my YouTube channel. And I based it with watercolor, and then I went over top with my polychromos pencil. So you can find it under the Klara Markova playlist. You might have to scroll down a little bit for that one, because it has been quite a while ago that I uploaded anything in that playlist. And the last one was in July, I think, for Christmas in July. But yeah, I'm actually thinking of how I can better do color alongs for like the ones that people ask for. And I will make a separate video for that so that everybody knows what they can expect. I really like this with the carriage behind the lizard. Really adorable. This is actually a wizard head, in case you didn't know, like with the belt. I didn't know that at first until I saw it on somebody's colored page. I was like, oh, it's a head, which is like, oh, how do you call it? Unique. Let's call it unique. Yeah. Lovely squirrels. But again, the teeth, no teeth, please, no teeth. We need to go to the dentist. That's what I say. Look, again. No. No. This one is cute. But again, something, oh, that's the trumpet. Okay, good. No teeth. Okay, good. Thank you. Look at them. I like it. I like her hedgehogs. Very cute. Yeah, I do think that like the further we get through our books, the better some parts become. Not everything, but some parts I like more in the newer books than in the older ones. And some people actually prefer it the other way around. They actually prefer older work to a newer work. Because her people did change over the years. And so did her animals. So like, if you are interested in these books, I suggest you really look at all of them before you buy. Because maybe there's one that you like more than others. Like, this is adorable. Love it. Same as this one. I like that one as well. Yeah. Really cute. Lovely books. And then again, the cutouts. But no, we're not doing that. Not today. So that is the second one by Klara Markova. 3 more to go. So the third one in my series is Fairy Touch of Magic by Klara Markova. And again, a lot of pages. 110 again. So this has the same amount of pages as the other two. So this one I thought was more Halloween themed, basically. And you already have a witch head over here for the intro page. Even the intro page is a full coloring page, which I love. So yeah, like you can see the change in style in her faces of the people. Like they become less thin. They've got a bit more shape. They're a bit more chunkier, basically, like they were before. Like stuff has changed. You can really see the style difference. Like I really like this page. And then we get another double, yeah. Like she really evolved throughout her coloring. Like this is creepy to me. So I would probably remove these 2 lines at the very least. And maybe even those as well underneath his eyes. And because it makes it funky, you know. It doesn't make it pretty. It makes it horrible. Look at him. And again, underwater scenes. Oh, my favorites. Look at them. They just make you smile. Yeah, and then there's one that I did actually for Mermaid, which was for Color the Fairy Tales, The Little Mermaid with the sea creatures. So I did that last year, which I really like. I used watercolor and pencils on top. That's something I really like to do in Klara books. Base it with watercolor and then go over with pencils. Lovely ice cream. Like she even has some weird big bugs. And they're weird because they're so long. They're like elongated, as you know what I mean. Like long bodies. She used to do that with her people too. And now it seems like this is a fat short one. It's definitely different than her older work. But I prefer this because the bugs are bigger. You know me and my bugs. And the animals, of course. I like the animals as well. But I don't mind the people in these books. Like, yeah, they're definitely not why I bought the books. Those are like for them. For those little ones. But I do prefer this over the older books. I like it. Little mousies. Yeah, so adorable. Knitting. That is okay too, with a deer. What the heck is she doing? Nah, we're not gonna lick in it. Yuck! Contaminating whatever they're making. Yeah, this is really intricate. Like, why? Don't get it. Like, it's so different than everything else in her book. And this is like a humongous double. This is definitely a Halloween one. This could be good for October. Same with this one. But look at her face. Like, yeah, that is not nice. Yeah, but it's a witch. A witch can be ugly. It's okay. A witch can be ugly. But look at that again with the teeth. Ugh. And look at that bee. It's out of, like, it almost looks like a human. What the hell happened? That is what I mean. Like, stuff has changed throughout the books. Like, they were so cute and fluffy and cute and small, and now they're long and weird. Like, look at that. No, just no. Like, maybe don't draw in the teeth, and it already makes it less like scary. You see how scary that looks? I will probably just make it white so that it looks like one giant teeth, and then it looks much prettier. Like, this looks prettier. You see what I mean? No teeth. Thank you very much. It changes the apparel of the characters so much. I love these little figures. Yeah, love them. You see? No teeth. Perfect. Thank you. Squirrel family. Oh, this is one of my favorites in the book. Definitely gonna keep that till last, probably. Or maybe this one. This one is amazing. It's a double. Beautiful. That would be good for Christmas as well. This as well. Oh, yeah, I love these pages in the back. Like, I haven't flipped through them for a while, so I sometimes forget what is in them. But they are adorable. Even that one. It's like a broomstick, you see? Amazing. So yeah, this is definitely more focused on the Halloween style, which I like. And then we got Fairy Celebrations by Klara Markova. She always has like really beautiful covers. And this one has again 110 pages. So let's have a look. Oh, I skipped the first one. I did the first one. And I used my glittery watercolor on the mushroom. So when I do like this, you can see the purple shine on them. I did purple on all of the mushrooms over the pencils that I did. So I did watercolor, pencils, and then more watercolor for the shine. And I love it. Yeah, I really like how this turned out. Really like it. But I think that's the only thing I did in this book. So nothing more than that. Only one page. So yeah. They only become better, these books. I like her flowers as well. So cute. Look at this one. Love it. A cat. Dragons. Yeah, I like her dragons as well. And we're gonna get a double. What is it? Ooh. Ice cream. And some kind of mill. Like a carousel thing. Whatever it's supposed to be. No teeth, please. No, thank you. A frog. You don't see a frog that often in the books. But it's a weird frog. It's a bit, yeah, just weird. A weird froggy. Unicorns. Yeah, very cute. Mermaids. They always make me happy. Look at that. With his PJ under the water. With the glowing fish as a light. Like, isn't that funny? I like it. Look at them. Yeah, I love these underwater scenes. Definitely my favorite still up to this point. Yeah. Very cute. Some sleeping animals. She has quite a bit of doubles in most of her books. I like this, like a masquerade ball. Not bad at all. I like it. But yeah, there's so many pages in each of these books that even if you would just buy one, you can spend like years on this, coloring all of this. This reminds me of Riding Hood or something. Don't know why. Maybe because of the cape. I like it. What happened to his face? Yeah, I like it. Sometimes it's just out of proportion. I don't get it. Like, I know it's a style choice, but still. Like, they're so cute like this, and then all of a sudden something weird happens. This is stuff that I don't like. Just random faces on a page. No, thank you. That is not for me. Definitely not for me. Her bats. A raven again. Inside a house. It's like you look inside. That is cute. A witch. And we're gonna get another double. I like this one as well. The campfire. Seen this one done as well. That one is cute as well. Unwrapping gifts next to the fireplace. And a few more. And then we're already through this book as well. Yeah, there are always a lot of Christmas pages in the end of these books. Like so many. Like look, even a double. Ooh la la, that's a lot of stuff, people. Yeah, this is gonna take forever. I do like how they're all sleeping. Like little elves, you know? But he's making them. That's a bit creepy. Like, I don't know. Yeah, this is cute. Fairy color number 4, just so you know. Yeah, I like these pages with like the paintbrush in the end. I think they're meant for like testing out mediums or something. Like that's, she always has something like this in the back, it seems like. Which I like. I really like them. Yeah, so this was actually one of the earlier books, as you can see, because there's only 3 of them in here. So this was the first one, and this is probably the second one. Yeah, that explains why I like the critters more. Ooh, don't fall off my desk. Ooh, almost. It almost landed on the ground, people. And this is her newest book, Orchards Full of Fairies, which came out in 2025, if I'm correct. Yeah. And it has, no, 2024 even. It says 2024. But I bought it in 2025. I did 2 pages in this one. And this is her newest one so far. I really like this one as well. I did not color a whole lot yet in her books, but I definitely want to do more. But yeah, like once you have a collection of a certain size, it's difficult to get around to all of your favorites because there's always more books that you want to color. Never enough time to do all of them, but I do try to spread the love throughout my books. And I've come up with a system that hopefully will work for me. But we will see that by the end of this year. I will see if I liked it. And if I don't, I might have to change it up, you know. Adorable. Again, with the seahorses. Like, these are definitely my favorite. Again. Love it. So yeah, Klara Markova, if you're looking at this, make a mermaid book or fish creatures. Anything with underwater scenes is my favorite. I want a whole book of it. Thank you. Look at them in oh my goodness. Yes, 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 yes. Adorable. I like this as well. Holding the mushroom. So funny. Yeah, her faces has changed, you see? Before the eyes were bigger. Now they're all squinting. And her bugs are changed. Now they're libelle. Unicorn page for unicorn. Yes, please. Are they painting the house? It seems like they are. Like they're painting it. Coffee. I like this one as well. It reminds me of like Tinkerbell in the drawer. Very cute. Yes. Very cute. Like even ghosties. Like at least that she came up with new stuff for this one. Different stuff than what she had in her older books as well. I like all of them. I just love it. And I can't explain why, but I just do. Even though there's so many things that put me off of some pictures. Like look at the teeth again. She looks so evil. Like look at the difference between that one and that one. Just no teeth, feet. Like you. No thank you. They're like evil. It's definitely the eyes that have changed because she makes like the squint. That is why it looks so different than her earlier ones. I am not a fan of the squinting eyes. I like the other ones better that she used to make. Like this is okay. This is the one that I did for Christmas in July with my Kalur pencils. There's a color along on my channel. So you can find this in the Klara Markova playlist. I enjoy doing that a lot. Yeah, really nice. Because in December you never have enough time to do Christmas pages. So I thought let's do Christmas in July for our neighbors overseas in Australia. Because they have summer during our Christmas. And like during our summer it's Christmas over there. Well, maybe they don't have snow, but you know what I mean. Then it's cold over there. I like that as well. Yeah, really cute. But I will never cut them out. Like, that would be a shame of my book, in my opinion. But she keeps doing it. She's persistent in that way. So yeah, I've got one more artist. And then I'm gonna let you go for today. So the last artist that I've got for you is Maria Trolle, the Swedish artist. And I've got 6 books by her. From the many books that are out there. But this one is like an old edition. And it has this weird texture on the front. Like it's like anti-slip or something. I don't know. It's not pretty because it has damages all over the place. Even though it's a new book. I did clean it up because it was really dirty. So now at least the picture is beautiful again. But I got this one for my birthday in January of this year. And I already colored in it as well. And I did not mark it off yet. But yeah, this was a gift from my mom and dad for my birthday. So I should actually write down when I started it. Because I did start it as a buddy with Maria from Colorful Mother of 3. Here on YouTube. But yeah, this is one of her older books. And I actually really like this one. Because I like my flowers. I like my animals. I like everything that's cute. And like fairies, I like those too. Like some of these pages are less interesting to me than others, but this would be perfect for Easter. And I got the Dutch edition because the paper in the Dutch edition is so much thicker. Like look, you see how thick that is? Compared to the English edition, it's a like night and day difference. So if you have the chance to get a Dutch edition, take it. Because the paper is so much better quality. I was surprised because I got English editions at first. And then I found out that the Dutch ones are much better because I got a Dutch version from the Christmas book. And therefore I asked for the Dutch edition for these. Because the paper is so much better. And I love good quality paper. I love her bees. Yeah, I really like them. But yeah, her style became more simpler over the time. Like before she had a lot more lines. A lot more like intricate pages like these. Which I like as well. I don't like the really easy style that she does now. Like it's still her style, but it's like way more simplistic. And sometimes I prefer something like this, you know. Even though I'm not a huge fan of her portraits. I still like her books. So yeah, I only picked a few out that I wanted for my collection. And that few became 6 of them. But yeah, these are the ones that I liked at least 75% of the book. Or more. And if I don't reach that like percentage of pages I like, I will not get it at all. And if it's over that percentage, then I will look at it again and see if the vibe is vibing with me. Because sometimes you have a few favorites, but the rest of the book you can live without, basically. I love her dragons. And if that's the case, I also don't want the book. But if my instant reaction is like, I want this, then I will definitely buy it. But I did not have that with all of her books. So I don't have them for that reason. But this one made the cut. Because of all the cute animals and the little fairies. And I just like it. There are a lot more animals in these ones as well. Like, look at this. A whole scene. You don't see that often of her. Like, usually it's like elements, you know, on the page. Not an entire scene. You see? More simple setup. Like this is an entire scene, but they are like the exceptions. Look how many there are in this one. I like that. Like a full page of stuff to color. Yeah, I love it. Oh, we're missing one. The owl page. I really am a fan of her black ones. The black background. They're beautiful, those ones. Look at that. Nice cabin, fishing on the lake. Like the moose is a bit big compared to all of that, but hey ho, it's fine. And then we get the page that I actually colored, which I did this month, which is also a sneak peek. This one was a buddy with a colorful mother of 3. And I used my oil pastels for the background. And then for her and the flowers and the leaves, I used my mainly Polychromos pencil, except for that pink tone. That is a Chroma Flow pencil, because I love that color. So yeah, and this is the last page, a Christmas page. And then you get the overview of all the flower names and the animal names and so on. And then you always get a page in the back for testing your supplies. So that is always nice to have, one in the back to test your supplies. So that is the first book for Maria Trolle. Then the next one that I have is, I think, still one of my favorites, if not my favorite. I think it's number 1 or number 2 of my favorites. And it's Moon Valley by Maria Trolle. I again have plastic over the top to protect it, because I love these books and I don't want them to be damaged if I can prevent it from happening. So this is one of my favorite books of hers. And I've got again an overview. As you can see, I only done 2 pages in it so far. And I did those in October. But yeah, this one is already a lot simpler than the one we had before. Like these two, I adore these 2 pages. They're just magical to me. But yeah, I prefer this style of book over the newer style. And also over the older style. Like this is what I love. Like the fairy tale aspect of her style. I love it. Look at this. Again, this is just gorgeous to me. And that's why I love this book so much. I think that is why it's one of my favorites. Because of the fairy tale aspect that it has. It feels really whimsical and cute, like the dragon again. But this time without scales, which works a lot better than with all the tiny scales. So yeah, she definitely evolved over the years. Which I like to see. But sometimes you just want more of the same. But with Maria Trolle, you can really see that it's her style, but it changed. So these are the 2 pages that I did. And I did them because I did not like the coloring page before I started. But now I love them. I love both of them. I love how they came out. Like especially with the soft pink and, you know, like the little scene inside these feathers. Like that is exactly what I didn't like before I started. And now I love it because it's nicely framed, you know. And the same with this one. I used both color scheme. On the same color scheme on both pages, and I love it. I absolutely love it. It's all pencils, but it's a mix of Polychromos and Holbein, I think. Yep, because that ice green is a Holbein, I think. So yeah, really adorable. But that's the only page that I did. Like here, you got the scales again on the dragon. I really like them. There's so many nice pages in this book. Like look at that. That is one of my favorites as well. Look at that, Thumbelina. Really cute. Yeah, I like the ones with like the tiny people, like as if they're fairies. Love it. That's what I like about this book, I guess. And lots of fairy-like pages. And the bees, of course. I love her fluffy bees. There's no bees in this one, but there are like ladybugs. I prefer the ones with like the characters in it. I like this one as well. That's a beautiful one from Mermaid. Gorgeous. Again, a lovely bee. Yeah, I like them so much. Look at that, handing a key over. Beautiful. Good night, she says. Sleep well. So cute. Yeah, I like them. I love these pages with the deer. There's also a double coming up soon, which I love even more. Like, look, even one with the fox. Yeah, these ones in the back are definitely my favorites. Look at them. A double, and it's magic. I like the full illustrations, like especially a double. Thank you very much. And then there's one more. This is like my favorite page of the entire book, and I think it's the last one in the book. Yeah, it is. And this is my favorite page. So this will be the last one that I will color in this book. So I'm first going to finish everything else, and then I come back to this one because I love it. But yeah, at least we've got another one of this deer earlier in the book. So I can already do that one to have a little taste of this one. But yeah, I love this page. It's adorable. And then again, the plant register and the animal register, and again a testing page. So yeah, this is an English edition, as you can see, which is still good, but less quality than the Dutch one. And you can also see it by the thickness of the book. The book of the Dutch edition is like quite a bit thicker. So the next one I've got is Luna, which is also the English edition. And this one has 88 pages, of which I already done quite a bit, as you can see. So let's have a flip. I used mainly paint markers in this one. Acrylic paint markers, but look at that. This is what I love. This is everything I love about Maria Trolla in one page. The cuteness overload. I love this one as well. I might do that one for Space Timber, if I get around to it, that is. There's so many pages that are gorgeous to color. You always have to choose what to do and what not to do. But yeah, this year I probably am going to color a lot in Fairy Tale Worlds by Maria Trolla, because of buddies that I've got planned. And also because Jess from Coloring Bumblebee has a full book color along for it. So these ones are done in acrylic paint, usually acrylic paint pen. So I did this in September of last year. And you can see I pulled the same color scheme over to the other page. I really love this one, but I'm not a huge fan of this one. Even though it looks nice, I hate her hair. I really hate it. So I might go back in and just make it all white instead. Not sure yet. Maybe I'll just leave it as a reminder of how much I struggled with her. But I love this one, because I came up with the color scheme for this one, and then I wanted to use it there as well. But choices, yes? It's not the best. But at least it's another page done. And I like how it came out, even though it's like some parts I don't like. And that's okay. You can't like everything you do, you know? It's definitely not the worst I did. Look at that. Another unicorn. Yeah. So many full pages. Loving it. A lot of undersea. Oh yes, look at that. The only thing that I do not like is that she's right in the crack of the book. She's so like, just put her a little bit away from the spine, please. That is what I think whenever I see this page. But I love this page. This is one of my favorites. Definitely one of my favorites. But that's what I think when I see stuff like that happen. Like, push it a little bit to the side, please, so we can easily color the character. Like, I don't mind it when it's like a leaf inside the crack, but a character? Nah. Having like the middle of a face in the spine, that is like my worst nightmare, basically. Yeah, this one I also did in acrylic paint pens. I think these were the Guangna. Mainly Guangna, I think. I'm not sure actually, it could be. But yeah, I did this for the Wild Year of Color 2025, and the theme was the deer. So that one. So I did both of them because I love doing both at the same time. But I like this one. I really like how it came out. And her paper takes it quite well, even though you see a little bit of like see-through, but it definitely is not the worst. You see? Again, the Wild Year of Color, but I do not like how I colored it. Like, at first I had some blues as well, but it looked hideous. So I went over it with one of the other colors in my color scheme. So you don't see that anymore. But I am still planning to use it also on this side, just for cohesion's sake. So that's why my Guangna paint marker sheet is still in there. But yeah, that is definitely one that I do not like the end result of. I was struggling so much with that color scheme. I don't know what possessed me to pick those colors. I think that is the issue. They are just not my colors. But I love these. And then a double page spread that I did with my paint pens. I did a Toolyard paint pens for this one, and I really like how it came out. I started with the background to see how the paint would work in this one, and it worked wonderfully. Like, the paper stays wet quite long, so you can get an easier blend. Really easy because of that reason. In the color by number, that is different. Then you have to work faster in order to get a smooth blend. But with this one, it works really well. And then again, you get the overview pages. And I colored a little bits over here and the testing page. So yeah, watercolor is not a medium you want to use in these books because they granulate. It leaves a weird texture behind once you do it, and it's not nice to look at. But paint pens, they work wonderfully in these English editions. Okay, the next one is Fairy Tale Worlds, which is the book I was just talking about. This is the one that I probably will be coloring in quite a lot for 2026. And I already also colored quite a bit. As you can see, I already did 2, 4, 6, and 9 pages. So I see. So this is the first one I did, which I did in December of last year. That was the first one that Jess did for a full book color along. And I've been writing down which ones she did ever since, but I've not done all of them. I've only done like a handful of them. So this was the one that I did as a buddy, which was the first one that she did. So I have done this one in November of last year as a buddy. And yeah, there's still a lot to be colored, but I love this book. This is like my other favorite book. But I think Moon Valley is still my favorite next to this one. I can't choose because I like my fairy tales. And that's probably why I like this one a lot more than the others, like Rapunzel. The theme for January for Color the Fairy Tales is Rapunzel. So I could do either one of these if I want to. If I get around to it, I might try it. But I've got so many plans for January that I'm not sure if I will. I already colored quite a bit this month. But yeah, I love this book. Look at that. It's a bit creepy though with all the tentacles. I absolutely dislike this page. I don't know who it was who said something about this dog. Like, they said something in the line of, they should have just left it out. It's not necessary. Leave it out. And I agree with that statement. I don't know who it was. If it was like Spare Room Studio or Tara, I've got no idea. One of those, I think. But I really laughed when they said that. Like, I just was laughing my ass off. I love these pages. Because I agree, that's like the most ugly page I've ever seen. Like, you should have left it out or picked another fairy tale. Yeah, this one is one of the flower fairies that I did in December, which is also one that was done by Coloring Bumblebee. So I've got all of these markers over here, which are all color alongs from some people, like whether it's Jess or somebody else. And I'm hoping to get around to all of them at some point. But I'm just taking my time. I'm just coloring whatever I'm in the mood for. I really love this page. That's the front cover. But Jess did these two for Sleeping Beauty for a color along. She also did the Great Lake Beast, which is this. And then this one was done by My Colorful Country Life. So she has a color along for that page. That's why that one is marked. And I think... is this the page that she chose, Jess? Yeah, this is the one that she chose for January, I believe. Some Asian fairy tale. I'm not sure. I have to look it up. But that is the one for this month. So yeah, that's why that one is marked. Aladdin. Hansel and Gretel. I actually don't mind that one. Like, I don't know what this is, but there's a legend in the back that tells you which story is which page, because the pages are numbered on the side, so you can easily look it up in the back, which I love, because otherwise I will number them myself. This is one that Jess already did, but these are, like, especially that one is one of my favorite pages in the book. So I'd rather keep this for later, because I like to keep my favorites, like, I don't want to color all of them at the same time. That's what I'm saying. So I might keep that for later. This is actually a sneak peek for this month. This was a buddy page. And this is the one that, well, it's like, you know, I always want to color both sides. So I did both sides. But I'm not a huge fan of this page. I think he's hideous. I don't like him. I don't like how he was drawn. And I couldn't make him prettier. Let's just leave it at that. And she looks a bit like a vampire to me. So I'm a bit like disappointed with myself with how I colored them, but hey, it's a page done and I'm not unhappy. At least they've got the same color scheme and it's not like really that ugly. At least it's nicely colored. So I know that Jess did this one as well from Rose Red. Yeah, she did this one as well. So that is one to do. And I think that's it so far. No, there's one more, the Nutcracker in the back. But I've already done that one. That's why it's not marked. I really like this one with the dragon. This is everything, you know, like the dragon and the little girl. Perfection. I love it. So yeah, that one will have to wait. The same with this one. I like this one a lot. So yeah, if I like a page really a lot, I might like wait for it to color later. And this is like the last one in the book that I did as a buddy. So this one was a buddy, and this one I just wanted to color at the same time because that's what I do. I like to color both sides at the same time. And that's what I did in December of last year. And this is also one that Jess for Coloring Bumblebee did in December of last year for her full book color along. And that is everything for this book. But yeah, I'm expecting a lot more that I'm going to color this year for that book. Then I've got another new book for me, which is Maria Trolle's Universum. And this is also a Dutch edition. But this is a compilation book with 70 favorites and 22 new illustrations, basically. But again, a Dutch edition, so the paper is wonderful. It has 91 pages. It was a gift for my birthday, also from my mom and dad. And I love it. It's like a compilation book. So this one is from Universum. That one is from Botanicum. So it says it here on the bottom of the page. Yeah, you can see that. Okay, good. So let's flip this book because it's like a compilation. So it's like a few of each book put into one. So some of them I already have because I own the books in question. But it doesn't take me back from coloring it again because I like to color my books from back to front, like all of it basically. These are like specific to Universum. So I will still try to color them, but like this one I already did in my other book. So now I can do it with pencils. You know, that's how I look at it. You can make a different approach. These one are new. But yeah, you can see that it's really a nice variation because it comes from all of these separate books. And I like that. Like, look at those. Those are my favorite dragons. I love them. Yeah, it's hard to flip because of the thick paper. Yeah, they're a bit more difficult. I love them. So beautiful. Yeah, Botanical Garden. That's one that I do not have. Flora. I don't have that either. So these are both for Flora. This is Nightfall, I believe. So I don't have that either. Again, Botanical Garden. I also know there are a lot from the first book, which is Droomreis. That one has also a lot of pages in this one. And I like those too. Like, they're totally different than everything you see here, in my opinion. But I like it. I think this is like a nice book to have. If you have none of her books and you want to try it, then maybe this is like the book to go for, you know? Like just to have a nice indication. Do I actually like this? Because you've got a little bit of everything. Like, this is from her first book. You see how different? Yeah, I like it. That there's also a few of her earlier works in it. But yeah, like I said, it's difficult to flip. These two are new ones. Again, another one from Droomreis. That's the Dutch name of the book. I don't know the Swedish name for Droomreis, but that is fine. So yeah, I really like it that you get a little bit of everything. That is also gorgeous. I believe Flora is getting out of print. So if you want that one, you better get a copy if you don't have one. If you wanted it, of course. Otherwise, you can forget about it. Like, I looked into it because I thought, okay, if it's going out of print and if I want it, I should do it now. But I don't. I don't like more than 75% of that book. So it will not be added to my collection. So therefore, it's a no. So I love this page. It's also from Botanical Garden, which I do not own, but it's adorable. It's like my favorite page ever. I think my favorite page of her of all time, actually. It's so cute, you know, and I like cute. Yeah, I love my cute pages. And that's also what you see back in my collection. Yeah, and that's it, everything. And another test page. Not even a test page. What the heck? There's no test page. You see, there is not a tester page. So this is your tester page, I guess. Yeah. No testing page in this one. Yeah. That surprised me, actually. And there I've got her newest one, which is The Colors of Christmas, or All the Colors of Christmas, or Julens alla Fager, basically, in Swedish. And this is also a Dutch edition. The English one comes very soon this year, I believe, in March, February, I don't know exactly. But I did like the last 4 pages in the book, because I was testing out my supplies for this one. This book is single-sided and it's a lot simpler than everything else that we've seen from her. So this was a book that I thought, like, I like most of them, so I will buy it because they're nice simple wins for in Christmas time. And that's why I bought it, because I prefer my books double-sided for these. But I thought, like, let's just try it out. If I don't like it, then I've got my own answer that I don't want to buy these books again if they're single-sided. But so far I'm liking it. But yeah, I do prefer like both sides of the paper, because I just like it. Like, you get double the fun in one book. And alcohol markers work really nice on this paper, in case you were wondering. Watercolor as well works really well. The paper gets nice, it slurps it up, but it does work really well to blend, because it stays wet for quite some time. Same with the alcohol markers, you can really work it for a little while, so you don't have to be super fast, which is good, because that's usually the trouble that people have with her book, or with alcohol markers, I mean, not with the book. This paper is wonderful for any kind of medium. I also use my pastels, which work great as well. I haven't used my oil pastels yet because I got them after I got this book. But anything that I tried worked wonderfully. So yeah, I would just say buy a Dutch edition and just experiment and see what you like to use in her books. But yeah, they're so much more simple than her older books. But it does have like a kind of charm, you know. It's like a nice and easy project for a change. And sometimes that's exactly what you need during the Christmas time. So that's why I decided to actually buy it, even though it's single-sided. So yeah, it's a choice, you know. You can either get it and be happy that it's single-sided, or complain about it. And I decide to just enjoy it, give it a chance, you know. I know my preference is double-sided, but still I'm enjoying this book very much. Like, look at the lovely fairy. I love it. So yeah, I decided to give it a chance. So this is the one that I did. And I used pastel for the background, which is really ugly. That's my fault for how I did it, how I applied it. And then I used acrylic paint pen for all of this, and also on the candles. And yeah, I don't like it. I like working on it, but I don't like how it looks. It's just not my palette, basically. And then I used watercolor on this one. As you can see, that worked wonderfully. And the paper didn't buckle that much. Like, it buckled a little bit, but I did not tape it down. Just for your information. I only did like a paper behind it, clipped it on there, and that's all I did to protect it. And it's not that bad at all, you see? It's not that bad. So this one I did my pastel. So everything in the background is pastel, but the girl is pencil. So if I do like this, you can see that the girl itself is a bit shiny, but her package is not. Because she is colored with Holbein, but the package is colored with polychromos. So that is a difference. The Holbein gets a wax look with the shine, while the polychromos stays flat, just like the pastel. And I did fix it. And when you fix it, you got a little bit of bleed through of the purple and the pink, so you can really see a shade of it, basically. But that is to be expected with pinks and purples, and you know, with pastel and fixative, it's always a danger that it bleeds through. This is actually alcohol marker, and the splotchiness like over here and all that kind of stuff, that's my mistake, because my markers were running dry, so I was making do with what I had. But I really oversaturated his head. As you can see, I went over the line next to his head, and that is because I was literally oversaturating the paper with alcohol ink to see if it would bleed. Like, the first 3 layers went perfectly fine, no bleed over the lines, even if you went straight up to it. So that is really good to know, and it almost works exactly the same as marker paper, so that is also good to know. So it's really good for markers. But yeah, it does take a lot of ink, so keep that in mind. And that is pretty normal if you work with alcohol markers. You have to let it sink up the ink, because that's how you want to like prevent it from being splotchy. But yeah, of course it has bleed through because it's alcohol markers. But they do work wonderfully on this paper, in case you wanted to know that. And that is everything that I've got from Maria Trolle. And that is also everything that I will show you today, because this is everything that is a non-Asian artist. that I have in my collection. So yeah, we came to the end of part 1 out of 2, because part 2 will be all my Asian books. So Japanese and Korean, that is, because I got a lot of them. Almost just as many as I got from my non-Asian books. And I have to say, I prefer them over all of these. So yeah, I hope you will come around for part 2. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye!